Man, why is Africa so difficult? Shalom, family. Yes, we are journeying with us, a family of seven, and we have been in Africa for the past 4 years. And Africa has not been difficult for us because we have strategically planned our long term relocation.
Africa has been seamless and pretty easy for us because we made some long term investments into our own professional development before we left. And as we level up and go through each new year in Africa, we go ahead and invest more into our business. We have more clients. We started out with clients in the Caribbean, of course, in America and Canada. Then now we're hopping into the Middle East, Ghana, Dubai markets. And so this is a piece of longevity that you can use to actually accomplish everything you want for your African dream life. Now, we saw a comment yesterday or the day before on the channel, and somebody was like, hey, can you talk about how you stay in Africa long term? Well, it's very simple. We are digital nomads. And if you look up digital nomad visas across the world, you're going to come up with some pretty favorable, interesting, enticing developments, and we went ahead and embarked on the journey, for the specific country we're in. Shout out to members only. Subscribe down below if you'd like to know which country we're in and how we live as digital nomads. But for our specific country that we're in, all we had to do was prove that we had a viable business, that our business brought in $1,500 per month per person in our family. And then we cohesively created a guide to pitch to the basically like the economic development board here, and they approved it within 60 days of us landing here, and it's completely free. And they're basically like, yes, come on in. You're in real estate marketing, you own a finance marketing agency, come on in, we'd love to have you. And it's literally a free visa if you can prove you have a viable business. Now, if you're new to entrepreneurship, you may be like, how do I even accomplish that? Ma'am, sir, if you have your LLC, the next step is to get a well written website. Without messaging that's proper, then you're going to go to places and get denied because people want to see that your business actually looks legitimate. Okay. And when I say legitimate, I'm not talking business cards, I'm not even talking colors and logos. I'm talking the core message. What is it that you do? How can you help an economy that you're in to prosper? We are in an economy that values international real estate and finance. That's like their top two markets. And then number three, tourism. So when they see that that's exactly what we do for our clients in America, it's a no brainer. Now, the last thing that you should know about most of these self-employed visas, digital nomad visas that span multiple years, you need to know that your money has to be made outside the country, meaning you have to have international clients. This is why we teach the way that we teach inside of our programs. This is why we have our channel that's structured the way it is, because you do have to prove that you're a global international entrepreneur. They don't want somebody to come in and just like take all the jobs from the locals. They really want entrepreneurs to step up, step in, and be the expert consultants. And that's how you can live your dream life in Africa. Like, we're literally walking through the most beautiful neighborhood, and it's a new area because our neighborhood is so vast. And so we've never been to this part before. But you can literally be living life like this in the next
Guys,
six
so
months.
as my wife was just talking about, we are walking here in a new part of our neighborhood. And as you see behind me, there's a lot of construction going on. So the difficult part about Africa is you have to get in where you fit in. And just as she was just explaining how we have a international company that allows us to get in where we fit in. And this is a perfect place. From what we have been noticing, just been here the past 4 years in Africa, Africa is just building so much. Everything that is around that we see new buildings, we see construction, we see the things that they really want to build Africa to be sustainable for the next I can say the next 10 years. What will Africa look like? So that tells you right there, what position are you going to be in the next 10 years? And if you're not here in Africa, you might be in a wrong position because you are worthy of being here. Just from our experience the past 4 years that we've been here, you are worthy. Africa is not too difficult where you are going to be sitting on your hands. You're not going to be sitting on your hands. You are actually going to be putting in the work for the future. And that's all they ask, is for people that has that mindset for the future, that mindset to grow and be an entrepreneur. Because the people that is sustainable here in Africa and living their best life here in Africa is entrepreneurs, is business owners. So when you come here to Africa, don't think about how difficult it is. Think about how the growth is coming in the next 2 to 5 years. And you have to put in the work. You cannot stop. You cannot stop. You have to grind it out. You have to keep it going no matter what it looks like. So we know lots of people that say it's so difficult and they just run back to America. And that may be part of them just missing America. If you are interested in relocating to Africa, and when I say relocating, I mean moving, not looking back. I mean, like, hey, this is it. This is my plan, and this is what I'm gonna do, and this is where I'm gonna stay forever for the next 10 years. So you have to really, really strategically plan this trip out. You really have to know where you're going to be heading. And here in Africa, the only way to be heading is up.
And so, for your information, just to give you a little bonus tip, a little bonus segment of this video, if you're like Africa is so difficult, the thing that's going to make you prosperous in Africa is going into your industry. We're in marketing, business development, consulting for finance, business firms, and healthcare firms. Okay. But for you, that may be becoming a functional medicine provider out here in Kenya, or out here in Seychelles, or out here in Madagascar, South Africa, or that could be becoming a business advisor and consultant. Or if you have experience with medical billing, things like that, you can go into administration and come out and sign contracts throughout some of these global countries. And the thing is, you can do this from the comfort of your own home. This is what we teach people to do inside of Black Educators Amplified, our bespoke 8-week program that starts again on January 19th. Check out the link in the description if you're interested. And you can also check out our travel essentials website, Journey Essentials, down below to get everything you need to make your dream life in Africa a reality.